I saw this comment saying that men are finding peace alone and don't really benefit from dating anymore. Honestly, some men probably do feel that way. But psychologically, we are not wired to thrive in isolation. Most people want connection, intimacy, and partnership. Now, the problem isn't that relationships don't benefit men. The problem is a lot of people were never taught social skills or emotional awareness that make relationships actually work. So instead of learning those skills, some people just decide it's easier to check out of dating entirely. Luckily, confidence, communication, and social awareness are all learnable skills. That's what we coach guys on inside Muse. We help men understand social cues, communication, and awareness so they can build real connections instead of just guessing their way through dating.
We are losing men to peace. We are losing men to ourselves. Men no longer prioritize women. The man at peace is an unbuyable man. Some women are still thinking that men are in that scenario of chasing after, calling, despairing for the lack of a woman, for her absence, when in reality, today's man, he is increasingly valued. He understood that a woman is not the center of his life, that a woman is not the most important thing in the world. It is perfectly possible to live without one. Today's high value man, he seeks to make money. He seeks to do business. He seeks to grow, to develop himself. He removed women from his focus. Today's man, he realized that his peace is worth more. There is no relationship that can buy his peace. Today's man, he is unbuyable. He is non-negotiable. The peace he chose for his life has become non-negotiable. If you are a woman and are waiting for a man to venerate you, a man to idolize you, a man to dote on you, I'm very sorry, but perhaps that won't happen. Because the more time passes, the more we have seen that today's generation of men is not like the generation of old. And it is we women who have been losing high-value men, serious men, hardworking men, dedicated men.
Men are also not wired to thrive in an environment with a constantly put down, emasculated, demeaned, mocked, made fun of, and humiliated by women. To all my fellas, never underestimate the power of detachment. Protect your heart, peace, and mind.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women have absolutely no idea what peace looks like to their man. If your man is sitting somewhere by himself in silence with a little smile on his face and he is doing absolutely nothing, he's not fucking with nobody, he ain't bothering nobody, let that man sit in peace. You do not need to roll up on him and ask him no goofy ass question like, what are you thinking about? Or why are you so happy? Because now he got to make the decision to look at you and actually tell you nothing, or lie to you and be like, you're what I'm thinking about. And the whole time that man was sitting there probably thinking about absolutely nothing, just sitting in peace. So let him sit in peace when you see him sitting in peace. I challenge every woman who sees this video to go and ask your man what peace looks like to them. And when he gives you an answer, honor that. And let him have whatever level of peace he told you it looks like.
Men find peace in women that settle for anything and doesn't challenge them to grow, doesn't require them to step up and meet your level of standards. Those women are the pick-me ones that doesn't have boundaries and settle for breadcrumbs and take anything men throws at them. Men are attracted to weak women because they are also weak. Because weak women doesn't challenge their dominance and their ego. Weak men cannot handle strong women because we're born to challenge them. And weak men doesn't like to be challenged because it touches their ego. Their definition of peace is settle. Do not allow low body treatment. I don't negotiate my worth nor bad behavior. I just simply applied. Remove myself from any situation that doesn't serve me.
What she really meant to say was, we have all these rules and standards for the men we don't want.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Yep. Now we finna go play the game. Leave us the fuck alone.
Your man is not asking for much. He is asking for peace. And most women don't even know what that means. Peace is not silence. Peace is not you shutting up when you're mad. Peace is coming home to a woman who is not at war with him. A woman who doesn't pick fights over dishes, doesn't weaponize sex, doesn't throw his mistakes from 3 years ago back in his face every time he forgets to text back. Men do not leave because you gained weight. They leave because the energy in the house feels like a battlefield and he is tired of being the enemy. You want to know why he works late, why he takes the long way home, why he seems distant? Because home stopped being his refuge and started being where he gets attacked. Here's what women don't understand. When a man feels respected, desired, and at peace, he will move mountains for you. He will provide, protect, rebuild, stay loyal. But drain him? Criticize every move, make him feel like nothing he does is ever enough. He doesn't explode. He just unplugs. And by the time you notice, he's already gone. You can have the marriage you want, or you can have your ego. Pick one tonight.
I leave for work in the morning, and everything's quiet at home. I come home from work in the afternoon, and we're in the middle of a huge argument. What happened? She sat in overthinking for a few hours, imagined a hypothetical situation, started thinking up scenarios for a conversation about it, and got so angry about that when she saw me. She exploded. That's the daily reality for thousands of men today.
To all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. For a lot of men, being in a relationship with a woman is constantly reassuring her 24/7. Constantly have to tiptoeing around her expectations and needs. Constantly having to check in to an extreme level where he feels suffocated in the relationship. For a lot of men, they do want good relationships. Yes, they value those things. But you are competing against his peace when he's alone. If being alone is easier than being with you, then yeah, he'd rather just be single. And this doesn't mean you can't have needs, wants, expectations out of the relationship. You just gotta keep them reasonable. And blunt communication, oh my gosh, men love that. They don't want to play these weird head games where you get upset if he offers to take you out for ice cream, but he's not also in the mood for ice cream in that moment. So yeah, to answer your question, no, they don't think you bring peace.
Some women get so upset when they hear a man say, I just want a woman that brings me peace. This right here is a prime example of what they really mean.
I was gonna get an hour ago, like it's 11 o'clock. You said you get off at 10. Where you been? Like you ain't even bring no food. It's a shoe at. You ain't been working that doggone hard. Ain't you been off an hour? You had time to put the shoe on and see she wanna throw her up. Yeah, she needs some pampers and she needs some food, something that apparently I don't need since you didn't bring me none. Anyway, grass needs to declare it's growing up, the wind's growing up. You don't never do nothing around here. Gonna get her another outfit. She let work out a new outfit, so I can't get an outfit. I need some makeup too. Like, you want me to look good? I'm making a noise too. Like, I really need you to go take me and get it checked out because I don't know why my car doing that, but like, yeah, I need that checked ASAP. You ain't cleaned out the shed. You ain't did nothing that I asked you to do. Like, we sitting up here looking like we motherfucking homeless because you won't go cut the grass. We need some new sheets for the bed. Like, I'm sick of this too. Like, and then the rent, dude, when is you gonna pay the rent? Because we ain't paid it yet. And you know I don't want no motherfucking. Shut up!
Yeah, I need some Advil after that one.
And if you leave trying to recover your inner peace, then you're a bad man and a coward since you abandoned her. The good news is that's a skit. The bad news is that it still happens in real life.
There's many circumstances where purity isn't necessarily like
valued,
not valued, but like it's not a thing anymore, and it's not because of your own decisions that you've made.
Right. And do you think we live in a better society now because of that?
I mean,
if we look at the stats, 26% of women are on antipsychotics. 26% of women, where we have pushed this liberation movement of feminism. So we've given you ladies more rights, quote unquote. We've given you more freedom. And you guys have over double the rate of antipsychotics than men.
I've worked in treatment. I know that women are more open to being in therapy and taking meds than men that think that they can like handle things on their own and do that.
Do you know why that is though?
Because women are more open and in tune with their emotions.
You can say open. That's a euphemism for propagandize. They're more propagandize. That's why they make up a huge percent of the marketplace. When these women are going to the therapist, generally, do you think it's more women or men that are the therapists? Right. So now women are taking advice from other women through therapy.
Who are just as unhappy as they
are. Who are just as unhappy, and they're going to push the same exact propaganda that got them there in the first place.
This is the most spot-on thing I've ever read. Men settle where there is peace, and women bring peace where they're treated well. So it takes effort from both sides.
Define treated well, because sometimes it requires going above and beyond just to appease them. This is only spot on if you refuse to accept accountability for any of your own actions.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive women to be more difficult and more demanding. Instead, what men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it to them, okay? In their mind, they think to themselves that if I date a less attractive person, I can get away with more. They won't be as demanding. They'll be more peaceful. When in reality, so many men give women the chaos. They are the ones that bring the chaos. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to see their actions. They don't want their fragile ego to be hurt because they have been propped up their entire lives by society. And when a woman calls them out for their behavior, they don't like it. So instead, this is how black and white they think. Well, if I go for someone easier and who demands less, which is someone that's less attractive, she won't need so much from me. And they would rather do that than own up to their mistakes and actually change as a man. They would go for someone that they're less attracted to because they don't want to change who they are. That is how black and white they think. They won't even go for even like the person that they're ideally more physically attracted to. They will be with someone less attractive, just because that they will put up with more, because these men want to be able to get away with cheating. They want to be able to get away with going to strip clubs. They want to be able to get away with a lot more behavior with someone who won't demand as much, because it's easier. It's just simply easier with how these men want to date these days. So it's really wild how these men are thinking. Don't even know how to go about it, honestly, anymore. I mean, men cease to amaze me every single day.
At the end of the day, a man wants peace. Yeah. Not constant tension. Yeah. Not constant conflict. Peace. Mm-hmm. And where he finds that is where he stays. Mm-hmm. That's something a lot of women overlook.
I feel so bad for this generation of men. And the reason why I say that is I know people will come for me because they always have to come for men. But I feel like there's worse women now than there are worse men. Do you know what I mean? Like in the past, there was better quality women and then there was just men that were players. But now men actually want to get married and they want to settle down, but women are cheating. Like they're actually cheating. And what's crazy is like I know women that are cheating and they're super innocent and like their man has no idea. And it's like, it saddens me. It saddens me so much because now when I talk to men, they're super damaged by these women. And it's like, when has this ever happened in the past? Like women are more dogs and ran through than men nowadays. Like I just feel bad. I feel bad for men. It's like they don't trust women anymore and they especially don't trust good looking women. Like I'm screwed out here. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just my perspective, but I feel bad for you guys. Let me know in the comments if that's what you experience as a man, because that's all I've been listening to. Like these men are like, I just want to get married and find the one, but these women keep cheating on me and doing this and this, and I'm like, yeah, that's bad.
We aren't gone, we are just at home enjoying our peace. See? Men don't want to live in constant chaos. They want a partner who supports them, is grateful for what they do for them and the kids, and a life where they actually want to come home.
Single focus is peace. Wait a second, this state of mind where you're committed to one thing and your brain is screening out everything it considers irrelevant. Single focus is peace. Your brains are designed to give you peace. You commit to something, it screens out everything it considers irrelevant.
Men, what brings you peace? A lot of the times you say you just want peace. What does a peaceful woman look like to you? Because a lot of the times y'all be choosing the toxics and then say you want peace. So what does that look like? I mean, I feel like a lot of us women think we're peaceful, but then again, maybe we're not. You tell us. What does peace look like for you men? Just curious.
To be honest, When a man sees your beauty, your smile, your presence from afar, it brings him peace. That peace is what draws us in. The calm in your confidence, the warmth in your smile, the grace in your essence. But sometimes, when we finally get close, we discover that the expectations you carry don't reflect the peace you first presented. And that's the conflict. We fell in love with the tranquility you radiated, not realizing it might be disrupted by the unspoken standards we're suddenly expected to meet.
Men today are prioritizing themselves, their peace, their happiness, their freedom, over trying to save women. And unfortunately, a lot of you females will be by yourselves.
Men are giving up on dating and relationships. Every year, more and more men are refusing to approach and court women, and the marriage rate keeps dropping. It turns out that the liberals and the mainstream media are finally taking notice. Let's take a look at the panel of liberals finally realizing how bad men have it in the dating market.
Pointing to Anna, pointing this out to me, that there is strong emergence.
Isn't she a lesbian? She should know. This woman should know how bad men have it, okay?
Evidence Gen Z is indeed less sexually active, dating less compared to previous generations.
Yeah, so when they say Gen Z is less sexually active, the men are less sexually active. I know the data will tell you one thing, right? There'll be these studies that say, oh no, like the men, it's the men and the women. Yeah, what incentive do these studies have to be honest about the women throwing it back? The women, now they have phones and stuff. They just want to get with the most clouded guy, and a lot of guys are getting iced out, sadly.
I would love for you to report on statistics of men and women who believe in Jesus Christ and or any other religion. I believe that the problem is lack of spirituality. I may be wrong, but please give a little bit of the balance. I think the answer is in a unified submission towards a creator. If you're looking for feedback and hits on your conversations, I think this might send you to an all-time new response. Thanks for watching Unplugged Kings. We provide commentary and our opinions on themes related to men and women, relationships, dating, and marriage. Like, subscribe, and share.